What a game. Hello everyone, my name is Norman, welcome to OT1, and let's dive right into it. This was probably the game I anticipated the most, especially after last game's injuries to Mark Scheifele and Patrick Laine. It is definitely become an even more intriguing series as the Jets, in my opinion, switch from a position of clear favourites to underdogs. That's not to say the Jets are not dangerous anymore, they most certainly are, with guys like Nikolai Ehlers, Blake Wheeler, Kyle Connor, and they still have Connor Hellebuck between the sticks. I definitely expected Winnipeg to come out of the blocks firing. It didn't really go to plan as the Jets took an early penalty right into the first, which seemed to be a recurring factor in these playing series. But I'm not complaining about that, and it definitely forces hefty and attacking start. The Jets, however, killed it. It was a huge skill as it inserts confidence in the team, and going down early with a reduced teams against the Flame is definitely something you want to be doing. So 7 minutes into the first, the Jets take the lead on Harkin's breakaway, and it's precisely what everyone would have wanted as a neutral, as it forces guys like Gaudreau and Tkachuk to prove their worth, but also offers space for guys filling in for Scheifele and Laine. The first ended with both teams not giving away too much. They looked very aware of the offensive threats their opponents possessed. However, there were a few big hits on Matthew Tkachuk, which was to be expected. Though it was very much a tactical matchup in the first, it wasn't boring or uneventful at any time, and I went into the first intermission with very high hopes for the second, which I was not disappointed in. The big story in the first, again, was Matthew Tkachuk being on the receiving end of quite a few hits and checks, but he kept playing his game, and as a neutral, it's definitely something that adds that little bit to the game that you tune in for. The second started with decent chances on both ends. The message from both coaches clearly was to get an early goal and make the other team adapt their game plan. The physicality of the game carried over from the first period, and the Flames looked a little more dangerous than in the first, but the Jets probably were creating the more dangerous chances, which is good to see as they definitely had to adapt their tactics between their training camp and game 2 with the injuries. The Jets had a 2-minute 5-on-3, which was successfully killed by the Flames, and although that could have been a huge momentum changer with getting that penalty, Adam Lowry just got a goal right after, and he doubles the lead, and this really opened up the game immensely. As predicted, the Flames pushed forward and got one back through Elias Lindholm with a neatly placed wrist. Though there were only 28 minutes left of the game, you definitely felt like there could be 5 or 6 more goals to come. A few dislocated shoulders, a few broken noses, but no team was truly dominant at that point on. Sam Bennett equalised just 6 minutes later on a very unfortunate redirected puck on the Jets' gate. But going into the second intermission, the third period was promising to be an entertaining affair, and it was. So another thing that really improved massively was the Jets' PK and the pressure they were putting on the puck carrier, not giving them any time to think or to maneuver, even though Gustafsson hit the sticks late on in the second on a power play. Right after the Jets had a golden chance on a breakaway short-handed, but Talbot saved. The third started just like the second ended. Cam Talbot pulled off a preposterous save on a 2-0 from Kyle Connor. I don't know how he did it, but that's probably one of the saves of the series. And right as you thought this game might be slowing down just a little, Matthew Tkachuk and Ehlers come together again, and Tkachuk really was targeted all evening long. He kept his cool though. This again added so much weight to the series in general. However, the Jets need to remain vigilant and they need to be careful not to be called for too many penalties and losing their cool and subsequently the game like we've seen with the Rangers and Kane series so far. In line with that, Calgary needs to make sure that they make the most of these power plays that they're getting, as they massively underperformed today whenever they had a man advantage. Winnipeg, on their end, did get a power play goal via Nikolai Ehlers 10 minutes before time, and the momentum switched again to the Jets. The Calgary then lost their heads, giving away a penalty yet again even before puck drop, which definitely seemed to be Winnipeg's plan all along, to get in their heads. With 34 seconds left in the game, the Jets take a penalty and we've got a 6-on-4. I was truly on the edge of my seat hoping the Flames would get a goal. I wanted to see that overtime. I wanted to see 2, 3, 4 overtimes. I just wanted to see that incredible game. Hard hitting, fast-paced, lots of breakaways, lots of chances, incredible goalkeeping, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, and the series is tied 1-1. So some key takeaways were the fact that despite the goals against, Cam Talbot looked very sharp and Winnipeg was able to sustain high energy and a very physical game for 60 minutes. Calgary needs to keep its cool, but so does Winnipeg. They can't risk their emotions getting the better of them and it affecting their hockey. Winnipeg seemed to cope very well without Shifley and without Patrick Laine, but they need to do this consistently, which I believe they can do. If they will, that's a whole lot of matter. The Flames did create enough chances on their end, but with chances like Milan Lucic had, you need to be scoring them, because a guy like Connor Hellebuyck won't give you many opportunities like that. This game truly had you on the edge of your seat all 3 periods long, and I'd love it if this series went to 5 games. I'd absolutely love it. The Jets' performance, fueled by Game 1's events, got them over the line, but they need to be able to channel that energy without incentives like this. Equally, I'm intrigued to see whether this performance will have an impact on Game 3. Obviously, the Jets gave that much, maybe they gave a little too much, and if the tank will be empty early in Game 3, I seriously hope we're going to get a Game 5. 8 fires breaking out, 13 goals, 6 broken noses. This was a game and a half, and I can't get enough of this brand of hockey. So that was it for Game 2 of the Jets versus the Flames. Probably the most exciting games I've seen of all the games in the playing round so far. My name has been Norman. This was OT1. Thank you very much for watching.